For 9 days and 9 nights I hung on the tree of Yggdrasil. And I screamed as the revelation of the runes was given to me. The runes were given to me. My name is Odin. That's from Havamal. Why do I say that? Because the spirit animal of Odin is a raven. And he's got his own wolves too. I'm looking for somewhere in person, but they need again each week. Don't know which hours I'm working. But just had an online meeting, gathering first time with this group called Spiritual Alchemy. That was cool. And we had to do about two meditations, and it's all about listening. I ended up writing this. And I was going to write the rest, but then I ended up going to, at the end of the listening. I wrote this. Oh, and that's all the rugby teams I've seen live. I've seen New Zealand versus Fiji when I was at intermediate school, when I was 12 years old. I saw New Zealand versus Fiji when I was New Zealand versus Scotland when I was 4 or 5 years old. And then the Rugby World Cup was held here in New Zealand in 2011. It was $1,000 to go see the finals. But when I was living in Hawke's Bay at the time, and they had a game there that was for $20, and I thought, why not just go to that, go have a time, because it's the Rugby World Cup. But the game was Japan versus Canada. So, yeah, New Zealand, Fiji, Scotland, Japan, Canada, and then I hadn't been to any All Blacks games since I was 12 years old till last year, when I was 35, and I saw them go against South Africa. And in 1 month's time, I'm going to see them against Argentina, and then a month after that against Australia. And after that, the only ones I want to see them against is Ireland, England, France, and the British and Irish Lions. After that is seen all I want to see. Anyhow, spirit animals over my life are, because it's if it's years and years and years, and sometimes you didn't even know it, as in because you were when I was Christian and that, I didn't believe in that stuff. But they kept showing up over the years, and I could say it's the ones over your life, and then the other ones, they can come and go in different periods. Mine are the ravens, the crows, and the lions. Now, the majority of people would have clicked off after 1 minute, because usually I got my average is 2 or 3%. 2% that listen right the way through. So, whether it's for dodgy purposes, whether it's for just interest, or if they actually do care, thank you. Because even if dodgy purposes, all you got to see is my words always line up with my actions, because I'm being real. So sometimes I make recordings, or I do things that prove the other recordings to be true, and I don't even remember it, because the recording might have been 7 months ago, a year, 2 years ago, maybe 4 months ago, but I'm not thinking of it at the time. I'm just being myself. So, I've been searching up totem poles, American Indian totem poles. That's just last night, and then it was a few months ago I did, and then it was a couple of years ago I did, for like 1 or 2 nights. And the reason is because when I was a kid, I've seen photos where my father was like sleeping. It's like, or just like not even there, not even looking at me, and then I'm like sitting there on his shoulder, looking like sad or something. And then as I got older, I was like 4 years old. We got photos where I'm on his shoulders, or we're at a rugby game or something, and I'm happy. Well, the totem poles that scared me, I remember looking back, they had, because the spirit animals, it could be a bear, could be a thunderbird, could be an eagle, could be a raven or crow. Well, the ones that frightened me had ravens, because what they say, anything to make a buck. Because I was in Auckland. We were in Auckland, and was it like shopping plaza or something? Oh yeah, and then that looks interesting. Might catch people's eyes. They might want to come and spend some money here. Let's just throw a totem pole up because look how flash we are, type thing. That's my thinking of it, because I don't remember who ran it. Unless it's American Indians, then what they're doing is displaying their culture. But I don't remember who run the store. If they're not American Indians, then that would have been the idea, because this was going back to the 1991, when I was like 3 years old, because just going on what I've been told and trying to, and these totem poles, I ran off and I was screaming, like, running away. And I remember the totem poles had, one was a raven, I'm pretty sure the other one was a crow. But you do anything you got to do in order to fit in, just to survive when you're that young. And so if the real you is not accepted, then it's frightening to be the real you when you're that young. So I've always felt connected to the American Indians, but the same way, it was like, I'm Māori, and so I'm into all this stuff. So it's like, especially, I know, don't close yourself off to everything, but it's just got to be, if you're going to make a dedication to something, you got to be dedicated. And if I have to go back 600, 700, 500 years to find a link to American Indians, because the Maoris and the American Indians were having babies and all that type of stuff, and because Maoris came from mid Southeast Asia, came down, travelled around the world basically, and at some stage they built some societies in the Americas, and then we came to the Polynesian Islands, and then we came to New Zealand, right? So there is a genetical link between the Polynesian peoples and American Indians and Asians. But consistency is the key. But I always felt connected. You know what I mean? Which goes to prove to me that the wisdom is, or spiritual stuff is, worldwide known. And so Odin's, the spiritual animal that's got to do with Odin is ravens. The spiritual animal that's got to do with that's most tied, that Morrigan is the most closely tied to, are the crows. Some say cows, but because she transforms herself into different animals in order to get the task that she wants done. So in translation for me, it's like sometimes you got to change your style, you got to change and learn and adapt in order to achieve the goals that you have to achieve. And my other spirit animal's got to do with the lion, lion of the tribe of Judah, all that type of thing. And some people say, oh, these things won't work together, but actually I find a lot of peace when I put them all together. See,